here. Your moose is holding it. Little Jun, can you see good? Hold on, let's put it a little bit more this direction. Okay. I feel like the entire time I'm talking, I'm going to be looking like I'm cross-eyed. Because it's making me look like down over here at the camera. Alright, honey. Well, I guess it's just me, you, and Little Jun. Your phone's notifying you that there's a live you might need to tune into. Alright, here we go. Everybody's rolling in here. Howdy, 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 howdy. Remember that time we were watching that one live? But we were like the first people in the live, and the lady did something. She dropped something. And she went, F! And then she said, oh, don't worry. No one's in here yet, so no one will see.
Then we just...
Oh gosh, at least we hadn't done that, honey. Because we don't use foul language. Ever. Ever, right? We never use foul language. Ever. You want to do that too?
What?
What a day. Right? What a day. Like, what a long day. And even the anticipation of this day coming up made today even longer and worse.
Yeah.
Where do we start? I'll start. We woke up, our alarms went off. We woke up perfectly on time. We were in the truck perfectly on time. We didn't have to rush to the hospital. It was set up to be a perfect day, right?
We
left on time. We even left early.
Yeah.
With the anticipation that we were going to be late.
Because we normally are when it comes to like parking.
Only by like 5 minutes. Because of parking. It's parking's fault. But as soon as we walked through those doors, I just feel like everything went so downhill. So we got there on time. By the time we were seen, it was already 2 hours after our appointment time, right? 2 hours? A full 2 hours after our designated appointment time. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever, we're not in a rush. We just now drove 2 hours to get to the hospital. We're really not in a rush to turn around and drive all the way back. So we're hanging out in the big waiting room. Junior's walking around. He's made 20 friends in the hospital. He's walking up to everybody,
He's the
trying to
most
take
friendly,
random strollers.
Friendly, most sociable little boy ever.
He's never met a stranger in his life. That's what I told one of the guys today. I was like, I'm sorry, he's never met a stranger. And he's like, hey, little man. Anyway, so Junior got his exercise in there. And finally, they call us back. And we go to the back room. We're sitting there for 10 minutes.
It was a long time.
How long?
We were sitting there probably for like a half an hour at least after that lady left.
Oh, okay. I don't even want to talk about that lady. That lady, I was already having a stressful day, and that lady almost sent me over the top. And then who did set me over the top was the parking guy. We'll get there. About the parking guy and the lady. So the lady walks us back there, and she's talking to us, and she's telling us to go down the hallway and turn left. And so we start to walk down the hallway, and she says, stop! I'm not talking to y'all. I was talking to them. Yeah. And we're like, how are we supposed to know? You said, hey, guys, you called our name. You called us up to the door, and you're looking at us, but you're talking to some people down the hallway. Anyway, I just kept my mouth shut, and we went to our room. Finally, the doctor comes in there, and she starts talking about, they were looking over the blood work. They've been talking to the doctors. The specialists have been talking with our pediatrician and the doctors and going over all the lab work and the blood work, over all the tests, going over their theories, what they think. And in the middle of all this, Honey is sitting here, and she goes, I think I'm gonna black out. And she lays her head back on this little windowsill. And from there, bless you, honey. Bless you, honey. And from there, she goes totally unresponsive. Totally unresponsive. I'm shaking her. Honey. Honey. Well, I know she can hear me. I know she can hear me. I'm shaking her. Honey. Honey. Nothing. Nothing. Not a sound. Not a peep. I didn't see her take a breath. Her mouth didn't wiggle. Nothing. Just nothing. And so, of course, I'm starting to panic. Oh, and I got one more thing to tell you, which you probably don't know, which you're about to hear it, which really made me angry at that lady. That I was, if I would have found her in the end, I told you I'd have lost it. But, so honey is unresponsive. And the doctors are like, or our doctor's standing there, she's kind of looking to just see what's going to kind of happen. And she looks at me, she says, does she have any medical history? Does she do this? I said, honestly, I think she's just very, very, very anxious. She has anxiety. She's probably very anxious about this appointment. I know she is. And we're very stressed. And that's, honestly, if you want, I'm not a doctor. Don't why are you asking me? I'm not a doctor. But I said, if you want my opinion, I think she's having like a very bad anxiety attack to the point of that it made her faint. And then she starts slipping down in her chair. And so we get her and we kind of lay her down on the ground and we put this pillow under her head. And we hadn't eaten anything too. We hadn't eaten. We'd been up early and trying to hurry and get to the doctor. Not that we were in a rush, but we also didn't want to stop and get breakfast. We weren't that on time, okay? We weren't on the kind of time we had to stop and get breakfast. And so while honey's laying on the floor, the doctor turns around and she lifts this panel. I think I showed you on the live the little panel, and she clicks this code button, this code red, big button right there, there's a code on it. And I think it said red letters, I don't know. But clicked on it. And I'm telling y'all, it was amazing because within 15 seconds, there were 15 doctors walking in the door. A lot of people, a whole lot of people, like people coming from everywhere, just rolling in the door, asking questions, what's going on, everyone's getting caught up to speed, and it's like, I grab Junior and we go to the corner, and I'm holding him, we're just going to stay out of the way, like, I've helped lower her to the floor, and I'm the least qualified here to help, so I will do my best to stay out of the way. That's how I can help, by staying out of the way. And, that lady walks in.
Oh, no.
As soon as we got you laid down on the floor and put that pillow under your head, she walks in and goes, oh, shit! Like, straight panic, yelled it, and I just look up at her like, you've got to be kidding me. What are you doing working in a hospital if you are going to the point of scream and curse at a person laying on the floor that is fainted? You should not be in this. You should not be. First of all, I'm glad I kept it together, because that's the kind of stuff that would make someone break.
Yeah.
A medical professional walking into the room and screaming out a profanity.
Yeah.
Because someone's fainted on the ground. That's not cool at all. Well, meanwhile, our doctor is very calm, collected, observant, asking questions, keeping calm, not panicked, turns around, clicks the button, code red. I just don't think that a medical professional should do that. I honestly do not believe that any sort of person working in the hospital should panic or cause stress in that situation whatsoever. None. Absolutely none. And that should be part of training. That should definitely be part of training. Yeah. Anyway, would you like to tell your side? So what happened from there? From there, I helped pick you up and put you in a chair. A lot of people are saying, well, Jake, it caught her off guard. You're in a hospital. You work in a hospital. There's not much that should, in hematology, to do with people with blood issues and low blood sugar and all that stuff.
Just
you shouldn't.
Kids.
Yeah, and kids, and you shouldn't that should not shock you. That should not catch you off guard. You should see people giving blood and passing out all day in hematology. That should just be whatever, whatever. You shouldn't. That's wild.
It wasn't just a normal hematology. It was Texas
Children's, a very
Children.
highly respected, very great name, very great hospital.
She was pregnant, and I kind of was like, okay.
No.
Okay, she looks like she's, probably gonna pop any day. But at the same time, you if you're at work, you're at work. But I was trying to be sympathetic with her being pregnant.
No, not me. Not me. We're the patients. We get the sympathy. We get the sympathy. Oh,
from
gosh.
my point, Honey was talking to me about our doctor in the truck, and I said, I didn't really see anything but her feet. I don't remember what she looks like. I just remember what kind of pretty shoes she was wearing, because they're right next to my face. But it was just from exhaustion and stress.
Honey, that's our nurse, Kelly. She said she's a hematology nurse. She thought she's not used to adults. That must have been her underplaying. So they took you in a wheelchair, wasn't like a wheelchair. Wheelchair is some kind of big wheelchair thing, right? Big padded chair.
Mm-hmm.
And they wheeled you 3 buildings over.
Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna tell the story of the whole day from beginning to end, just how we had to live it. And this video will not be as long as our day. We're just gonna tell you everything that happened today. We weren't gonna get on the live and just say, this is what's wrong with Junior. Bye. We just want to tell y'all a good story, y'all. Just, if we're laughing and smiling, that probably means that we're not gonna tell you in the end something detrimental. Let's just enjoy it. Let's just go through this, y'all. We're just telling a story. Okay, go ahead, honey. Sorry. They wheeled you 3 towers over.
The whole time I was bawling my eyes out because I felt like such an idiot, and I just wanted to be with my baby during this big important appointment, and my body wouldn't allow me to. And then at the same time, I'm worrying about our daughter and my belly. And I told them if I wasn't pregnant, I would not be going to the emergency room. I'm fine. But since I'm pregnant, you don't want to mess around with that kind of stuff.
Mm-mm.
So I went to the ER, and everybody was really nice. I had a EKG. They were monitoring baby. I got my blood drawn. They gave me a snack. I had a preacher come in and talk to me.
You probably should have sent him to me too. You might should have sent him over my direction.
Overall, Texas Children's has been amazing for us.
Yes. No complaints.
I have
Zero.
I don't feel. I'd rather drive 2 hours than go somewhere where we get, crappy.
Yes, that's how long of a drive. Well, we had to go all the way to downtown Houston today, so it was 2 hours on the dot.
Yeah.
That drive there and back. All right, honey. Oh, keep going. Sorry.
But anyway, on my half of this whole day, they just told me I'm just exhausted and stressed, which I already knew that, but I thought it was pretty embarrassing that my body was just like, no. We're gonna. Then I was telling Honey too, I know he's felt this whole, ever since we brought him to our doctor on Friday, it's been long days of being scared and nervous, and everything feels like too much, but at the same time, you want to try to keep busy to take your mind away from all the scary
Yeah,
stuff.
I mowed the yard twice last night.
But
I did. I was mowing out there. The sun had gone down. I had the little headlights on the mower. I was just mowing. I don't even know what I was mowing.
yeah,
I
so
was
we were
mowing
like doing
something.
things, and I told him everything the past feels like a long time. Everything just felt heavier. Like it was more. I mean, I vacuum the floor once or twice a day, every single day, because I need to. We have dogs and a honey who come in and out all
Hey,
day
don't
long.
you put me with the dogs. Don't you pair me up with the dogs. The dogs and Honey track stuff in. Honey and the dogs track stuff in.
But everything just felt like so much more than what it was, and I'm hoping that tonight we can maybe sleep a little bit, but as of right now, I'm so tired.
Me too, but somebody's not gonna take a nap and send
No,
me there.
because he had 2 2-hour naps today, and he normally has 1 hour and a half nap a day.
There goes that. All right, are you guys ready to hear about Little Jun? Are you ready, Little Jun? Okay, so they come in, the doctors come in, so now we're back to my room. Honey's off in her tower, and we're in our room. And so here comes these 2 ladies with iPads and toys and all this stuff. And Texas Children's, it's really cool. They actually provide a team that goes around and helps parents with their kids. And I'm not talking about a babysitting team. I'm talking about a team that comes around and they have all these different things, y'all. They have an iPad, they have these little spinner toys, they have little centipede toys, all these different color little things, all lights and gizmos and gadgets. And what they do is they're there whenever the team comes in to draw blood. They sit on the other side and they use all these distractions. And they say that it helps babies a lot because the doctor will be, over here working on this arm, but your baby's looking over here at the Octonauts playing on the iPad. And he's looking at this little spinny light, and he's looking at all these little toys that he's getting to try to play with and stuff. And so a lot of times it'll just take their attention off the blood draw, and the doctors will have a lot easier time. So here I am holding Junior, the 2 ladies on this side doing the iPads and the toys, and then 3 nurses over here, y'all, because what they had was whoa, our phone almost fell off of there. So I'm just gonna say this how it is. Little arms, Little Jun's arms are so chubby. They're so chubby that they tied the tourniquet on, and no matter what, you cannot see a vein in his arm for nothing. You can't find a vein in his arm for none of those little chubby arms. His veins are too deep, they say. His veins are too deep. And so it was actually very smart and very cool the way that they drew his blood. They brought in an ultrasound machine. And they brought in an ultrasound machine, y'all. And they put that cold jelly on his arm, and they used the ultrasound, and it looked like they were giving a shot on a video game, y'all. So I was watching the monitor, and you can see Junior's arm. You can see like a light gray, like a block, and that's his arm. And then right in the middle of his arm is this black circle, and that black circle is going like this. And that would be his vein. And I sat right there in the chair holding Junior, looking up at that monitor, and I could see that needle on the screen drop down, come through his arm. She said, "Dad, I'm going to put that needle in his vein." Here's a circle. It was like, and you can see that needle go straight into his vein, y'all. And they said, "Here it goes." They pulled it, and there went the blood flowing out. Y'all, it was awesome. It was like so awesome. And they do it that way because they don't want to sit there with a baby and stab around, especially a baby with low platelets. They don't want to sit there and stab and miss and stab and put it in there and try to wiggle it around and move it and do all this stuff. Y'all, that is awesome. That is technology that I did not know about, and today was the first time I ever seen that, and that is awesome. See, watching Miss Rachel now? You coming back? So after they got his blood, they told me and Honey, we're done. We're done. Go home. They'll call us with the results. I said, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We've already given blood. We've already given blood. You mean to tell me we just drove up here 2 hours to give you some blood? And that's it? That's all we're doing? Here, honey, let's scoot over our Crisco tripod. So, yeah, y'all, pretty much, so I talked to the doctor a little bit, and she said, look, we're going to look over some other things. We have to check and see if his platelets are rising again, or see what his platelet levels are at. We have to check, make sure his other levels and stuff are good. And she said, Dad, what's your concern? What's your worry? I said, well, if you want me to be completely honest, I want to make sure that we're not looking at the possibility of something like leukemia or some sort of cancer or something like that, something that's...
I think that's something that you and I were worrying about, but we didn't.
No, I wasn't saying it at all.
Mm-mm.
At all. Mm-mm. No,
but we
I
were
wasn't
both
speaking that.
thinking that.
Yeah, and so in my head, I was even prepared for her to say that. But I also knew in my head I can't let Google scare me.
And that, you know what?
That was
That's
stupid
what
that we
Dr.
looked it up.
Mosen said.
Don't look it up. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb and look it up on Google is what she told us. And what did we do?
We came home.
We were dumb and we got on
got
Google. Oh gosh. And so she said, I can tell you with pretty great certainty, when she's not allowed to say for sure because that's just a doctor thing. But she said the only thing that was affected were his platelets. The only thing that was abnormal were his platelet levels were low. Everything else was perfect, and like on this, it's called My Chart, and it shows you, red, yellow, green. If something's bad, it's going to be in red. If something's good, or okay, it's going to be yellow. If it's great, it's going to be green. And so all of Junior's stuff was green, except for his platelets were low. And she says, since that's the case, we're probably, most likely, with a very high certainty, we're not looking at anything like leukemia or cancer or anything like that. She said, what I will tell you, what I truly, honestly believe it is ITP. I said, okay, well, what's ITP? And she told me what ITP means, and I'm sorry, I'm not even going to try to say it again because I can't say it. I don't know. Even if I read it, someone's going to type it on the screen, and I'm going to try to read it. And I'm probably still not going to be able to do it. Can somebody please type out how to say ITP? Don't write it out like a dictionary to where I have to sound it out. Just write it like normal, and I'll just try to pronounce it, ITP. But ITP is where the body attacks platelets. It attacks your platelets. And, I guess nobody's typing the name of it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let me try to read this. Is it idiopathic or is it immune? Or idiopathic? Anyway, the T is the thrombocytopenia. See, I'm just going to call it ITP, y'all. I'm just going to say ITP. It's idiopathic. Idiopathic thrombrobacteria. Something. I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're just going to call it ITP. And so she says that it is very, 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 very common for someone to get. She said, if you want me to be completely honest, I had 8 cases last week. I said, oh. So it's very common. She said, yeah, it's very common. She said, I'll probably have 8 cases this week. It's very common. She said 99% of the time. Here's the good thing. Here's the good stuff, y'all. Y'all ready for the good stuff? Here's the good stuff. Here's what we've been praying for. Here's what everybody's been praying for. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of y'all's thoughts and prayers. Hopefully, we don't have to do anything. That's what we're hoping for, y'all. Hopefully, we don't have to do anything. She said most of the time, we're going to try to not do anything. We want your body to remake these platelets. We want your body to make these platelets. We want your body to build them. Oh, his platelets today, I'm sorry. His platelets today came back. They are growing. They're not growing fast. But I believe they were at like a 0, right at a 0. And today they were at a 2. So that's very good, y'all. That's very, very, very good. His platelets are growing by themselves already. And it's been 4 or 5 days. What we have to do now is monitor his platelets and not us. We're not going to do it. So on Friday, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the pediatrician. We're going to give more blood. Junior's going to give more blood, and they will check it again. And don't stop praying now, y'all. Please. Please don't stop praying now. We're looking for his platelet levels to rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. And if they're not rising fast enough, we have options of a steroid, an oral steroid that he can take. They said the thing about the steroid is they know that it'll only take about 3 or 4 days to get all those platelets all the way back up to where they need to be. But that's going to come with some issues. Babies that take steroids are known to be very cranky, very angry, very hungry, and very moody. We said, heck no! Heck no, we ain't giving them none of them. We're just going to let them cure it on us, and we're just going to trust the Lord on this one. We're just going to trust the Lord on this one, because we cannot deal with a cranky little Jun. We're just going to let the Lord give him his platelets back, and we'll be done, y'all. Seriously, we're not dealing with that. Yeah, the side effects. Yes, Ken, the side effects are not good. We don't want to deal... Don said so. Yeah, normal behavior. No, we do not want to deal with any of those side effects. Yes, Kathleen says he won't sleep. Yes, that just sounds like a very, 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 very rough time. Okay. Did I say everything? In summary, morning started off great. Walked through the doors. Things went bad. Honey passed out. Junior has ITP. We're back home. That's all we should have said here. That's all we should have came in this live and said. Day started off great. Walked through the door. Things went bad. Honey passed out. Little Jun has ITP. Update next Friday. Now we're back home. Oh, the valet. Oh, boy. That guy right there. Okay. Keep in mind.
We were going down one ways.
Keep in mind, this is before we had any info. We had only given blood and had no test results. We got our test results whenever we were about an hour away from home, and the doctor called us on the phone to tell us what was going on. So, yes, baby girl is fine. Baby girl is good. Everything with everybody is good except for this parking guy. Let me tell you, he's got issues. Where was I at? Okay, keep in mind, we have had a very, very, very long day. A very long day. We did not know anything of Little Jun's blood work yet. We did not get the results of his blood work till after. So our nerves were still up here, and our stress level was still up here. Whenever we got to the hospital, we didn't know how to park. We couldn't find a parking lot. We had to drive the wrong way on a one-way street. Lots of things happened, but we made it. Okay, so we made it in the parking lot. We made it in the parking lot, or in this little front of this little hospital, and it's only one driveway, and you go this way to park yourself, or this way for valet. We didn't have time. I told y'all we were on time. We weren't early. We were on time. We did not have time to go try to find and search for a parking spot on level 14 of the parking garage, okay, and then to walk over. We had to do valet. So the lady at the valet, she was real nice. I rolled down my window. I said, ma'am, we're here. We're in a hurry. I'm sorry, but we don't know how to park. We don't even know where to go to park. I don't know how to park. She just kind of giggled. She said, oh, baby, it's okay. Come on over here. She moved 2 cones out of the way. She told me to pull in this little spot right in front of the front door, and I parked there, and that's where the truck stayed until we come out of the hospital. We come out of the hospital. The nice lady is no longer there. It's a bald guy. And the bald guy, the truck was locked. And so, I'd already paid for the valet and stuff, but there's nobody out there. So I went and found this bald guy, and he went and got the keys. And he comes back, and just listen. Now, I don't know why this made me so angry. I'm looking back on it. I don't know why it made me so angry, but it made me, oh boy, it made me mad. Woo, it made me mad, y'all. I'm going to make y'all a little illustration. Okay, I'm going to use these little decorations. Here's me. Woo, I'm parked right here. The truck is right here. This is where the truck's parked. Right here. In front of the truck. And the next parking spot. Okay, it's like all in a line. All the parking spots are in a line like this. I guess you got to parallel park in there. So here's me. Woo. Here's this other car. Woo. And everybody's parked. This car's inside the hospital. The truck's right here. We're about to get in it. The guy gives me the keys. We're going to go to get in it. I open up the door for Honey. I put her in the truck. I open up Junior's door. I put him in the truck. I'm circling around the truck to get into the driver's seat. Keep in mind, this car's still here and I'm still here. And the guy tells me, you gotta go that way. Just like that. That loud. You gotta go that way. I said, excuse me? He said, you gotta go that way. I said, what? You gotta go that way to get out of the parking spot. And I looked at him. Because we're parked like this. And I would have to turn to go out. That's what he was telling me. He was telling me, hey, you have to turn to get out of the parking spot. What? I lost it. I lost it right there in the parking lot. I said, yeah. No shit. Do you not see the car parked in front of me? What do you think I'm going to do? Drive through the back of it? Did you just think I'm just going to drive through it? Yeah, no, I lost it. I lost it right there in the... Oh, gosh, y'all, I lost it. Like, yeah, no, I just figured I'd just go like that, and then I'd be good to go. Sheesh. And then, you know how good he was at his job? He went like this. And he disappeared. And then the nice lady come back and she said, bye, baby, y'all have a great day now. We got out of there, we waved at her, and we got on out of there, y'all. That just put a cap on the day right there. That was just a cap on the day. Like, hey, did you know that when you leave, you should not ram that vehicle in front of you? Who would have thought? All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed our little live. Thank you guys for all of your prayers. Little Jun's going to be okay. I'll tell y'all what. That was the most stressful 4 or 5 days of my life. I'll tell you that right there. That was the most stressful 4 or 5 days of my life. Miss Debbie told me the other day, Mr. John and Miss Debbie come over. And Miss Debbie told me, she said, you know, I've never been as close to God as I was as when we had babies. I said, amen. Amen to that. She said, I was praying all the time and I still do. Amen. Amen. All right, that's all for this one. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Please don't think lesser of me for getting mad at that parking man. He was getting on my nerves, though.